Hi everybody, I'm Houdini, and this is Houdini Airsoft. Today I'm going to be doing my first breakdown and review of my Pride and Joy Tokyo Marui MP7 with the Bingo drop-in kit, also known as Eleanor. With that, let's roll the intro. Alright, just to let all of you know, there is an Easter egg in this video. The first person that can find the Easter egg and comment down below, I will give away these two patches. More on Lob patch. I'm a bad influence, but damn, I'm fun patch. So the first person to find the Easter egg, post it in the comments below, will get these two patches. All right, let's get to the breakdown. All right, everyone, here we are with Eleanor, my Tokyo Marui MP7. So first off, I've got about $1,300 in this gun, give or take, $1,200 to $1,300. That's with attachments and everything internally included. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I've actually gotten to where I try not to use this as much because, well, I just feel like I've gotten good with it. So I try to expand, use other weapons. As you guys have seen my my latest shotgun video, I'm always trying to do something different. I've got a high kappa video out there, the gold match, a good 17-man sweep I got on that. So I'm always trying to expand and use different things. But further ado, let's get into it. First off, you got a little button here on the bottom. You don't have to remove this to break it down. I just like to because, well, it just gets it out of the way. You just press that button down, and that whole cap right there, excuse me, that whole cap right there will pop off. That is also the inside of where your FCU battery will go with the FCU board in there. It is very tight, so if when you go to get an FCU battery, you need to make sure you get a very small, thin battery. I think I have like a 7.4 or something of that nature. I will grab a hold of that, or I will link a description. I will link a website in the description so you guys can find out what I have. Now it originally comes with a flash hider on it. Oh, well, no. Yikes. Oh, well, we're good. So it originally comes with a flash hider on it. You can twist that flash hider off, and then it comes with the threaded adapter, comes with the gun when you buy it. I found this online. I paid I'd say about $300 for the gun itself. And the jack is like around $530 or so, $528, something like that. That is also, that jack, the only place I have found that jack is from Airsoft Junkies. As you can see here, www.airsoftjunkies.com. Visit that website. I will also link that in the description. So if any of you are interested, it'd be easy to find. So, okay. So we're going to get that popped off. I believe this is a 14 threaded adapter. Should fit with just about any tracer you can find out there. So we're just going to set that to the side, and you're going to have some hex heads in the top of this Picatinny rail right here. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, so you're going to have some hex heads here in that Picatinny rail. And in case you didn't see it before, that's where your battery and stuff's going to go. Your FCU board's in there, and the plug-in for your FCU battery. So let's take the real steel sights off and take off the scope and get to these hex heads in here. So let me get that real quick. These little tool sets here are fantastic. But it's always good to have a good old handheld screwdriver, like bigger one. I don't think any of these, oh yes. Very nice. Let's loosen these up. Get that out the way here. We'll get that scope off. The only thing that sucks is that now my side alignment on the scope might be off. Also, with this scope, what I have is a Pinty, P-I-N-T-Y. I did get the back glass shot out. I don't know how the back glass got shot out, but the front didn't. Kind of crazy, but it happened. It still works. It still works. Anyone running like a dye mask, especially running a dye mask, I suggest if you want to run a scope and you actually use your scope, I suggest getting a riser. So the scope will actually get onto this small Picatinny riser, and then you'll slap it on your top rail here, and that will raise it up. I've also known that like some M4s, you can do a drop stock on. You do that mixed with the riser, your side alignment down your scope is snappy. It's phenomenal. But just like this alone, it helps tremendously. Let's set some of these to the side here. Now I have to get these off. I believe it's this one. This one right here. That is like a fake. That's a fake one. It's one of these two. We're going to find out shortly. It's going to be this one. So the front one, the front screw you're going to take out is going to be longer than the rest because, it has further to travel to hold it down in the front of the gun. So make sure you remember that. The very front screw is going to be the longest screw out of the top of this Picatinny rail. Set that over there. And so it's the 1, 2, 3. The third one from the front of the gun is going to be a fake bolt. That does not come out. It's there cosmetically. And then your rear one. Oh no. There we go. It's making me work for it today. Take that out. And now you're good to remove your top rail. And we're just going to set that off to the side. And as you can see here, your cables are very, very tight in here. Your FCU cable here and your fuse cable here. Now this also has a fuse, a fake fuse. It's made basically just a metal bar. It's to make the gun think that there is a fuse there, essentially. So let's move on. Let's go ahead and pop off these back body pins. Let's get them out, and that's going to release your buttstock. Now, I do say be careful when you take this off because your cables are actually running down and into the gun, right? It's going to be running down and into this empty well back here. So this buttstock could potentially catch those cables. Also, when you're pulling this out, be careful to make sure you don't remove like any other unnecessary things. So let's pop these body pins out. Give it a little, oh, wrong one. Flip it over. There's one body pin. There's two body pins. Now they are kind of like, I don't know what you'd really call them, but they're kind of, I guess, castle topped. You know, they got these like notches in them, like the top of a castle would have. It's just kind of what I come up with. So when you put them back in, you want to make sure that they line up properly, right? You can see all the grooves. So now your charging handle is going to come out too. Mine broke, but see, it doesn't spring back, like the spring broke in it. Sorry, the spring broke in it. So it doesn't spring back, but it still has these notches, so it catches, it holds, so really no big deal. You have a very small black screw right here. You need to take that out in order to remove the charging handle here. So it's a very small Phillips head. Might be too big. Have no fear. This toolkit is here. Look at there. All right, let's put that in. There we go. That screw right there. Oh, come out, buddy. There we go. So, screws out. Now your charging handle is able to come out. Set that to the side. Now your buttstock. So as you can see, the bars to the buttstock here slide up and like through this shell and out into the open exposed area of the gun. So with that, like, that's what I mean. You want to be careful because your wires are going to be just floating in here basically. So when you go to put this in, it's got to travel through this empty shell. So when you put it in, you just got to be careful not to catch those wires. I've done it. It's causes a bit of an issue. All right, buttstock, let's set you off to the side. Right here, you can see the drop-in kit. It is actually very simple to put in. I was very surprised, but you do just want to be careful. From here, you're going to need to remove your grip line. This grip line here is held in by a flat head. It's hard to tell here. Let me grab my flashlight for you. That might help. In here, you're going to see a Phillips head. I'm sorry, a flathead screw. Pretty big one. That's right there is going to be what seals your grip line into the bingo unit here, the drop-in kit. So you want to make sure like some of this Teflon tape here can be very helpful to seal that. And you do have to have a rubber like gasket ring on it, and it has to be positioned properly, because if not, you will tear it to shreds trying to screw this thing in. So we'll take a little look at that. So let me go ahead and remove this grip line, and then from there we should be able to pop out the drop-in kit. With this, you definitely want to use more of a handheld screwdriver, because this in here is going to be in here pretty tight. I believe that should have it. Yeah, there we go. See, now it's wiggling on its own. So you'll just pull it on at the bottom of the gun. You might have to kind of stretch it a little bit. By the way, this is not a full metal gun. It is a polymer. It's all polymer. So a little bit more freely to work with. Now that bolt sometimes can catch that window. So you just got to turn it until you get it to the point where it'll slide through. Come on now. There we go. So this is what I was talking about here. See that gasket ring there? It does pretty much every time I take this apart, it comes out of place. This bolt is wiggling and moving freely. You're going to want to take this gasket O-ring here, and you're going to want to tuck it down inside of this lip, this little metal lip. You're going to want to tuck it down in there. And what I do with that, I usually use my little handy dandy tool over here. And I will find one of the smallest flatheads in there. And I'll just use it to tuck it in. Right, so you're just going to take this and just tuck it in around. Right, so as you can see, it'll tuck down in there. That's not tucked, that is tucked. So you want to do that all the way around. You want to get that tucked back in. All right, I'll deal with that when I go to put it back together. So set that grip line to the side. Let's get our little bits out the way here. All right. Now you're going to be able to get to the drop-in kit. So, there we go. Don't be alarmed if it comes out, but like mine just did. So this cable here goes into the top. There we go. This cable here, right there, goes into the top left. If you're looking at it, top left corner. So you want to make sure that these remain and go back into the same and correct places. And then you're going to have this other small white one right here. This small white one goes into the top right corner, right? All right. This blue cable here, I'm going to pull it on out, but you're going to have another one, I do believe, that goes in the center of that right there. So let's go ahead and just remove the barrel and the hop-up unit. And like the hop-up unit, this is one thing I love about this jack, man. If you get this bull gear hop-up unit, it literally screws like flush in with the jack. It's like, it's almost impossible to misalign this. And that's really awesome touch I thought they did with this. Fantastic. So the alignment is pretty simple. This hop-up unit, I like it. It's good. And I'm still running the stock bucking that comes in it. Now, my barrel is a 601 PDI R-hopped barrel. I don't know if you can see it there. Anyways, it's a PDI. It is R-hopped. I paid like $100 for this barrel. It was difficult to find, and I had to get it shipped all the way from like Europe, so it took a while. This bull gear hop-up unit is fantastic. It's, to me, I think it's worth it. I think it's like 60 or 80 bucks now when I bought it. So you can actually grub it up to whenever you get your hop-up set. You just screw that up a little bit, and it'll hold. I mean, that's a plus for me. Some of you might not like that. If not, don't tighten it up, and then just let it move freely if you want. I tightened it up because I did notice it wanting to slide on its own, but that could be from the nub I have in here, which is a Firefly nub. What degree is it? I don't really remember the bucking degree on here, but I think it's the medium Firefly nub that's underneath the door here. This very simple to take in and out, really. You want to just pop these two screws off right there. Your barrel and bucking will slide right out. Or, I'm sorry, you'll pop those off, and then you'll remove this red piece, this little red arch. Your barrel and bucking then comes out, and from there you're good to go. So just make sure you lube it up good. Right there is where where your BB will be feeding in to the hop-up, or I'm sorry, to the jack to shoot it. So I'm not going to take this apart. This really is self-explanatory. You put your bucking on the barrel. Now, I should tell you this. It is R-hopped. So if you flat hop, R-hop, or S-hop your barrels, and if you're not familiar with what that is, there's a tremendous amount of videos on YouTube that you guys can find that will break it down for you. But for the sake of time, If you do any of those types of modifications to your barrels, you do want to make sure that the bucking you use in there is flattened. What I mean by that is inside your buckings, your little rubber piece that goes on the back of your barrel here, those come with like bumps and nubs on the inside of them. You want to make sure the inside of those buckings are flat, are shaved, are flat. Yeah, you see my shot, that one hurt. But you want to make sure they're flat. That way, because when they're flat, you're going to have a flatter surface area on the BB, and that helps hop up units like this in particular. This and max hop ups are phenomenal for S hop or R hop, in my opinion. And that kind of helps put a better grip on your BB. So R hop is like a rubber window, and that's what I have in here. So that rubber window helps catch the BB better and puts a little more backspin, which would then give you, a better shot. And then when you tight bore the barrel, you're putting all of your air pressure, most of your air pressure behind the BB, to where if you do like a 603 or a 602, like 603 is stock, you're going to have more air release around your BB. That's pretty good for long rifles. Long rifles, definitely like a 603 is not a bad idea. Give it a little bit of a float, less friction in the barrel. But when you got a shorter barrel like this or a pistol, 601, 600 all day, in my opinion. So that is the Polar Star MP7 drop-in kit right there. And you can see it's from Airsoft Junkies. And then this sits in here. That's how it's supposed to sit, right? That stabilizes it perfect in the back of the gun. Now from here, we're going back to the body, right? You're going to have some of these cables here. So just get you a little flathead or something. Pop this out. Now I have had one of these break on me. Luckily it's only like $12 to replace this whole cable. That's pretty nice. This is real difficult to see. See if this flashlight helps again, guys. I hope so. So right there, this little black nub right there, it sits on these small metal prongs. I am not going to take it out because that is a total pain in the butt to get in and keep it and make it stay in. So I had to do some finagling. I got it to slide on, but it slides on these two small metal prongs. Slides right over the top of them. And you'll just find ways to tuck it in here. So the way I like to do it is I'll tuck it in to the side of these little metal prongs that hold in your fake fuse. This is supposed to act as a fuse for the gun. Basically tricks it so it works. Then this is that long cable. Let's get it out the back of the gun here. There it is. So yeah, this is that one that you guys didn't get to see just now. So that one, that wire right there, that blue one, they don't all come this color. That's just, I like blue. So with this, like I said, remember the white one, top right corner, green one, which also comes out the back of the gun. Yikes, there it is. Comes out the back of the gun. And then you got this long flathead one that also comes out your gun. All right, this goes to the fuse. This goes to your FCU board, which is the board that you use to mess with all your settings as far as the HPA engines go. And then you just slide it back in your gun. Oh, there we go. So yeah, you're going to want to slide this in. As you're sliding it in, plug those in their respective places. Snug it up in there and basically just do everything backwards. Put your buttstock in, your charging handle, Make sure all this is tucked in and good to go, right? Make sure all that's tucked in and ready to go. Tuck your wires. Put your rail back on. And you'll be good to go. And that's pretty much that. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for stopping by Houdini Airsoft. Depending on how this review goes, I may do more. I've got some gear. I'm thinking about doing some gear review that I've been using. And hopefully when I get my high capas done, I can do a pretty good, awesome review on those. So thank you all for watching. Love you all. Houdini out.